name is Bob Moore. I started as an ensign, wound up as a lieutenant. From graduation, I went on my honeymoon, and returned from my honeymoon. I went on active duty, reported to the board of Lloyd Thomas. I got orders in April of 1969 saying I was going to Lloyd Thomas. Said I was going to replace a certain officer. And what I did with my wife and I, my fiance at that time, we called the ship and said we'd like to come visit. So we took a day, went down and visited the ship, met many of the officer crew. My wife also took the advantage of applying for a job as a teacher in Newport and was successful in getting a job there. So we spent a day down there. We looked at apartments. We looked at, getting ourselves settled in. When I got on Lloyd Thomas, it was a ship that was in reserve status, but it had just recently been taken off, and one of the first things we did was go to Guantanamo Bay for 3 months. And we did what's called refresher training, all aspects of seamanship, operations, gunnery, got us ready for deployment. While there, we had our home port transferred from Newport, Rhode Island to Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, which was kind of unsettling because my wife had just got a job as a teacher. But we moved to Hawaii. I left my wife home, who was then pregnant, and I spent a year in Hawaii and Vietnam before she was able to come out with the baby. When I went to Hawaii, a group of us decided we were not going to live on the ship, so we got ourselves an apartment, and we had 6 of us living in an apartment. While there, we also made a trip to Seattle for the Seattle Seafair, and we did a lot of training at sea. We then departed for Vietnam. I had a good crew, a good group of officers. There was 5 ensigns that reported aboard at the same time. So we formed a bond with each other. The operation, the hierarchy was very good, very professional. I was the first lieutenant, which meant I was in charge of the deck force. I had about 50 seamen working for me. I was also the dash pilot, which was a remote control anti-submarine aircraft. And I was also the assistant gunnery officer, I was a legal officer, and I was a welfare and recreation officer. The deck force basically took care of all topside spaces on the main deck, took care of the sides of the ship, making sure that all aspects of that were seaworthy, clean, presentable. We were in charge of underway replenishment, we were in charge of all the different aspects of seamanship. Provided all the sailors for deck watches,